got your cup of coffee. I got mine. So we're nearing fall time, autumn, the season of pumpkins and leprechauns. It's the season of pumpkins and spice and everything nice. No, that's Christmas. Gosh, dang it. It's the season of falling leaves and pumpkins and a nice chill to the air and the wind, a spooky wind. Autumn is one of my favorite seasons. My wife and I met almost 6 years ago in September, and we're just very emotionally tied and nostalgic to this season because it's when we met and it's when the love began. I know autumn starts like late September, but I think when every coffee shop starts serving the pumpkin spice latte and Trader Joe's gets all their beautiful, lovely fall snacks and merchandise, that I think it's totally fine to get in the mood and celebrate the chilling season of autumn. I am primarily a fantasy reader, and I've read quite a bit of the Wheel of Time series. I'm taking a little break. I want to get scared. I want to get spooked, and I want to be afraid. There's a new author in town. I don't know if you've heard of his name, but he goes by the name Stephen King. Pretty good writer. I read one of his books, Misery. Very good. Loved it. But why not dive into a few other of his books this Halloween spooky season? To preface, I am not your typical booktuber. I don't have TBRs, to be read lists. I believe they can be distracting and convoluted and kind of be a detriment to enjoying the book that's in your hand. I feel like some people can focus a little too much on the list and adding to the ever-growing list than just enjoying the journey and the story that is within the book on their nightstand. This isn't going to be like a TBR for fall or for the month of September. However, these are 4 books that I want to read. The Outsider by Stephen King. This is a detective mystery novel. It's got some horrifying elements to it. I'm about 70 pages in, and I'm loving it. Loving the pace, loving the mystery and the ambiguity and the intrigue. This book is about an 11-year-old boy who was found brutally murdered in a local park. The detective who is running this investigation believes, through pretty much ironclad evidence, believes that the prime suspect is one of the town's beloved members. And as the investigation expands, the truth kind of comes out, and the prime suspect isn't the one they should be looking for. So I'm excited to dive into this, and I hope it gives that spooky, scary vibe. Next up, Salem's Lot by Stephen King. What do you know? Another Stephen King novel. Apparently this was his second book ever written, and it's just an all-time classic of his. I've seen quite a few top 10 lists of like where to begin with Stephen King and some of the best books to read by him, and this is ranked quite high on many people's lists. I don't need to know much about it. That alone makes me intrigued and want to read it. It's about a mansion, an old mansion in an old town, and something's up. Vampires, maybe? And what a perfect book to read during Halloween. Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. I know nothing about this book. All I know is there's a carnival and it's very scary. Let's see. Whoa! Stephen King wrote a little blurb. A darkly poetic tale. It is probably Bradbury's best work. That's pretty neat. For those who still dream and remember. Let's see. Small town, carnival rolls in. Whoa! This takes place during Halloween. That's even more reason to read it during Halloween. There's a siren song that is seductive and beckons promises of dreams and youth regained. Two boys will discover the secret of its smoke, mazes, and mirrors. Two friends who will soon know all too well the heavy cost of wishes and the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, I haven't read too much of Ray Bradbury. I think we've all read Fahrenheit 451 in high school. I liked it. I didn't have the capacity or the maturity to really appreciate it, but now that I'm a 30-year-old man, I think I'm ready to dive back into Ray Bradbury. Okay. Last but not least, take a wild guess. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. What do you know? Another Stephen King book. Once again, I know very little about this book. I like to keep it that way. I like to dive into books and movies and even video games without much knowledge. You give me the elevator pitch and that's enough for me. I want to experience things fresh. I don't want preconceived thoughts going into certain books. All I know is this book is about a family that moves into a rural town. There's probably a graveyard or a cemetery and maybe a cat involved. I know the main theme of this book is grief and death. So, yeah. And again, this is one of Stephen King's top books to read. And once again, Halloween is the perfect time to read this. So that is my little list. I'm a slow reader. I don't think I'll get through all this in 2 months, but we'll see. I definitely don't like to rush through books. I want to really just experience things and soak things in, metabolize it, and yeah. What kind of books are you guys reading during Halloween? Are there spooky books, scary books, cozy books? You guys gonna read Harry Potter? I know it's a great time of year to read Harry Potter again. Yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I love having conversations and back and forth about books. And yeah, shoot me recommendations or let me know if you guys have read any of these and if you've liked them or not. No spoilers though. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you got a nice cup of coffee and hope you enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy this lovely autumn season.